So I already know people might diminish the weight of the situation based on the fact that is about an online relationship, but please bear with me. Absolutely no problem with that, by the way. Also, it makes complete sense that you get attached from someone even though you're not there with them physically. I just think it's maybe the wrong type of attachment, but it is still very much there. Like, you can very much love someone from long distance and really get attached from them and actually need them to be there for you. That's absolutely 100% possible. And also, I probably would say normal. I would say that like probably like 80% of people who would have a relationship over someone in the phone would probably fall in love if they do actually like the person. So there's that. And all right, all right, all right, all right. Welcome back to the Alphax channel. As you can see today, the light is a little bit different on the mic. We're gonna look at Lucky Inspector 46-7. All right, how to calm anxiety down in a relationship. Okay, so I've been reading a little bit about this, so I'm hoping that I can say something that helps. If not, we will see, my friend. But yeah, I think this is also something that a lot of people struggle with. So if you do struggle with that, let me know in the comments. If you do struggle with that, if you don't, fuck you because you're very lucky. And let's see how she feels. And let's see what she's gonna talk about. Let's fucking go. I need advice on how to calm down. All right. So I already know people might diminish the weight of situation based on the fact that this is about an online relationship, but please bear with me. No problem. Hi, female 18. I thought you were 19, bro. Why you joking me with the age like that? Met someone online last year. I struggle with BPD and social anxiety, and during that time, I was heavily self-isolating in my apartment, barely leaving it at all. I didn't have a job and I didn't go to school. Well, you were 18, relax. I met someone online, male 19. We started talking, and it quickly turned into us being on calls up to 12 hours each day. That's fucking amazing. I was so comfortable with him, and he came kind of he became kind of everything to me. I mean, you probably mean and everything to me because he was all that I had during that time period. I noticed myself starting to feel attached to him, like I was becoming my FP. God damn, I got no idea what that means, bro. And we're only like fucking 4 years apart, and our language is already fucking different. That's when I forced myself to take distance. We barely talked for 3 weeks. Very interesting what you just said right there. He was confused about my sudden distance. I never explained it to him. Did you? Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. Maybe you're gonna answer me like afterwards. But do you know why you distanced yourself from him? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know why that happened? And is it like solely because you guys were getting closer and you got scared and you were like, oh shit, I don't want to be that close to someone. You're like, yeah, get the fuck away. I'm not gonna speak to you as much. Or did something happen? Then you're like, things happen, right? Like you might have just gone distracted, or maybe actually like an event in your life happened so that you couldn't really put as much effort into your loving relationship as you could now. Let me know. We also never established our relationship. I kind of just assumed that he knew I wanted him, even when I started heavily pushing him away. Oh, okay. After those 3 weeks, his behavior towards me changed, and I asked about it. He explained that he got into a relationship with someone else. Damn! I was angry and hurt. During that same conversation, he suddenly blocks me everywhere. Check. That was right after the 3 weeks of ignoring, or at least not talking to him as much. Okay. When the rug gets pulled from underneath a person with BPD, when their FP leaves them suddenly, it means chaos. Oh, is FP something related to BPD? Matter of fact, let me make the search right now. I'm gonna edit that out and then I will let you know what I found. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. Cool, 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 cool. So I just checked what like kind of like what you struggle with BPD. Like it seems like you're a very anxious person by default because of the borderline personality disorder. FP means favorite person, which is really important for people with borderline personality disorder because obviously this person can soothe a lot of the anxiety away. Very nice. I can talk to you and understand what you're saying. Let's fucking go. I completely lost it. Okay, that's completely obviously normal, kind of like the reaction that you would have in that situation. I was so devastated and sad. It came to a very scary point. I couldn't sleep at my apartment anymore. I went to stay with my mom because I was in so much panic and distress that I couldn't calm down alone. I didn't eat for days. My whole body was reacting to it, and because I have abandonment issues from my childhood, this has definitely triggered some trauma response. It got to a point where I had to call a crisis hotline. Luckily, they answered, and I had a long chat with a lovely lady. Very nice that you actually seek for help. Never change, never stop doing that. Always seek for help when you feel like you can't do it by yourself, because breaking fucking news, um lucky inspector. People might differ and say that it's not the case, but I I don't really know anyone that can actually get through any of these things by themselves. They may think they have, but they always had some help from someone that they loved and that loved them back to a certain extent, or someone that's like a professional, helper. The hotline lady who was very nice, helped you out. Very good. I started online therapy after that. It was kind of a free trial for a person in crisis, so I only got to do it like 4 times. It did help a lot though. Yeah, I also started taking care of myself and my life again, and I started to get back on my feet. I was still very sad and empty, but I learned to fill my days with plans and activities. I was always stalking him online every day. I sent him long message explaining things from my perspective, and it was kind of a farewell message since I never got the chance to do that when he suddenly blocked me. Now, after 2 months, he contacted me. It was so sudden, I kind of never expected to hear from him. He explained how it was his new girlfriend who made him block me. Wow, nobody thought that was the case. Holy shit, that was so goddamn obvious. She had access to all his accounts, but now he was single again. That didn't last long. He still took a lot of responsibility for blocking, though. Yeah, he did blame himself and did regret it so much. Fair enough. He has clearly self-reflected a lot. He explained how I had been on his mind the entire relationship, how he couldn't stop thinking about if we could have established a relationship back then, and if couldn't stop wondering why I became so distant all of a sudden. We had a long call. We talked about everything. I've never seen us so transparent with each other. It was honest. It was honestly beautiful to see. Healing too. We decided to start talking again, taking things slow and seeing where it goes. Yet still being explicit to each other. Even though I've been able to be so honest about everything I'm feeling, even the uncertainty and anxiety, it still seems to not ease out with his help. Whenever we call, it feels hard for me to speak because it's almost difficult for me to breathe. It's like having intense butterflies, but also like a verse of anxiety attack. Yes, and I know what this is. My body's constantly shaking, even when I'm just thinking about him. I feel so sensitive to everything, like any trigger could tick me off right now. I feel nauseous. It's hard to eat. I don't sleep well either because I keep waking up to check if he has blocked me again, which he himself has reassured me that he would never do again, especially not out of the blue like that. He has given me zero reasons to feel this anxious now. He has been the kindest, most patient, and caring person. He keeps making sure that I'm fine. And all of this is still happening at long distance, right? If I get this right, all of this is still happening at long distance. You guys, and if not, how many times you guys see each other? Let me know. It's exhausting to feel this way. I like him so much, and this is all happening out of the fear that I'd lose him again. I'm trying so hard not to attach myself with him so much again, but I know I already have. Yes, and you can't do anything about it. I'm gonna recommend you a book, by the way. By the end, I'll put the book in the link of the description. Because I think it's a really, really good book for people to read if they want to like understand themselves and the way they react to things in a relationship. Um, but and attachment, like why we get attached to people, why for example like your ex was like really really fucking annoying, and I'm not saying it's your situation, but I'm more in general, like why is it that like someone that basically disrespects all of our boundaries still we still feel like we love them. It all has to do with the way we get attached to them, and it's not something we can actually control. It just matters how much time we spend with someone, and the more time you spend with someone, the more attached you're gonna get with them. And it has sometimes very little to do with what they actually do for you. It's just the way that your attachment system works. So you're very anxious, which is going to make you always put yourself down more than look at your relationship um, in an actual like objective manner. Not saying that everybody looks at it, but if you want to like have like a more general sense of what I'm talking about, it's like because you're anxious, you're always gonna think it's your fault first. Let me know if I'm wrong, by the way. If you're like, no, I can clearly see that like he fucks up sometimes, and I'm completely okay with his flaws. But I I feel like when you talk about the way he blocked you, you're like, oh yeah, this only affected me because I have BPD, and the fact that he did that to me made me react that way. Where it's like, well, I don't have BPD. Okay, I don't think I do. At least I was not diagnosed by none of my therapists or doctors. But trust me that like, bro, if like I do get distant from someone like this and I don't really want to talk to them and I still really do have you know a lot of attachment to them and they block me, I would definitely think it's my fault. Because it's like, bro, like I obviously didn't talk to you for like a long time and then you just found someone else. It's like obviously I should have like been more forward, even though sometimes it's not possible. Like you can't just be forward like that, and you like your reasons for not wanting to talk to him as much and distance yourself when you see that he was getting closer to you is also fair. Like it's also the way people feel. Anyways, I was just like rambling for like a minute here. I'm trying so hard to yeah, not get attached, but you okay. I also don't want him to feel suffocated or overwhelmed. My feelings are way too strong. That's also a big sign of anxious anxiety is feeling your thinking that your feelings are way too strong. Can you tell me why you think that? Is it because of his reaction towards what you say to him, or is it genuinely just because of the way you feel inside? You feel like you're thinking about him way too much, or whatever, or you're basically like obsessing over it. You feel like your feelings are becoming an obsession. I can't get my body to calm down at all, not even during the night. I keep trying the meditation and nervous system regulation, but it always comes back. I'm just constantly waiting by my phone for his messages to come through. We've also decided to keep our calls shorter for now because we don't want to jump into deep and so suddenly. But somehow I feel like that's torturous for me. I don't have time to calm down at his presence before the call is over again. I know he isn't going anywhere, just like he keeps telling me. But my body is so deep in some kind of trauma response that I don't know how to handle this. I also don't want to take space from him. You shouldn't want that. I can't have much more distance. I mean, it's hard to take space from your situation. Yeah, that's true. It's not like we talk so much now, anyways. I'm trying to keep myself busy during the day, and I keep taking long walks, literally walking 10 kilometers on the daily. I mean, fucking sick. Even though you don't really have anxious attacks anymore, fucking keep that up. 10K a day. The fuck, yo. I wish I could do that, bro. Damn. Like you're probably just like even if you're just like walking normally, slowly, and you're not like, I think it's still good, man. You're keeping your body active. Yeah, well done. I hate feeling this way. Why can't I calm down? We both talked about how we want this relationship to be supportive of our health, like we, like be there for each other, cheering on as we navigate our daily lives. I let him back in because I felt like this is the way for me to heal the wounds he left, and truly, partially it is. And it truly partially is. He finally explained himself, and I understood why things escalated the way they did. I got to take accountability for my own mistakes as well. It is healing. It is healing to take things so slow and steady this time. It is healing to be so honest and vulnerable, but it is so scary. I have to keep myself from puking at all times. When he doesn't message me, I always have start overthinking, panicking. Even if my right mind, I know he's just busy with school or work, just like he communicated to me. It's so odd to even feel this way. I never used to be insecure in relationships. I never had trust issues or worries like this. I was never so anxious. I was always chill. That's not the real that's the real me. Do you think I can ever calm down and become normal again? Is this a sign of something? It feels so right to talk with him again. Why is my body in so much distress? Do you have any tips to calm down? Keep mind we've only reconnected like 5 days ago. Okay. So now it's been 11 days since you guys reconnected. I have no idea how it's going. I'm actually quite sad to see that you actually aren't getting any responses to that because it's very interesting. I think it's because people can't be fucked to read it and they find it too complicated. That's why I'm here, bro. Let's go. Okay. So, any tips for that? First of all, um, don't ever put yourself down because of the way you're feeling. Most of your feelings are completely normal. It's true that obviously I'm not a professional, so I don't understand the entire intricacies of borderline personality disorder. But at the same time, from what I've seen, um, naturally struggle with anxiety more than most people, right? You get more anxious easier than most people, and especially if you have like obviously an anxious attachment style, these triggers are gonna come much faster for you than they would come for me, for example, right? Um, Even though that's the case, I think that there's still a few things that you guys are doing wrong. And obviously, I'm gonna ask you a few questions. Look, first of all, I feel like you talk about the relationship in a very good sense. Okay, um, and there may be some flaws in the relationship that you're not seeing. What I think about your anxiousness and why you're anxious every single time he doesn't answer texts and he doesn't call you, or the fact that like it's a torture for you to have like shorter calls, completely normal, bro. What happened is you distance yourself, okay, because you distance yourself because that's how you reacted to him having a lot of feelings for you, and instead of him trying to reach you, okay, he started seeing somebody else. That's, bro. I'm sorry. Even though like you're like I understand because I was not talking to him and everything. That's fair enough. I'm not saying that he can do whatever he wants, but this is gonna be in the back of your mind for a long time, if not forever. You're always gonna think about this. Again, accept the fact that you're an anxious person, and you tell me you were always chill. I I don't know how chill you were if you do have this borderline personality disorder. it feels like you're more inclined to anxiety than me. If I'm wrong, let me know. If you felt like your life was like not as anxious until that point, then fair enough. Maybe this is like something that triggered your BPD even harder than it ever did in the past, right? I don't know if you had any other like also really strong disagreements, or I guess some type of like break of trust maybe, or just like pain of like seeing someone not wanting you the way you want them type shit. Um, but in that case, like if this is the first time this happening to you, everything's completely normal. If it's not, then I think maybe other things are at play on why you're feeling that way. But if this, I feel like this probably is just linked to that guy and what he did. I feel like it's always gonna be in your head because this already happened once, and our brains are really fucked and annoying. And so when when we get betrayed like that by someone, or when we not even like factually getting betrayed, but when you feel betrayed in something that you're gonna need to fix, the fact that you guys are long distance is fucked. Why? Um, you are going to need that physical contact with someone. Okay, I think that's one of the biggest reasons why you feel that way. If it's not him directly doing that, just just think about it, right? Is it because he did that and he was with that other girl that I feel that way? Ask yourself if you felt that way before, like if you felt that anxious before you guys had the break, or if it's a new thing that happened. So from now, 11 days ago, um, and there is obviously there's going to be two differences in there. I think if it started before you guys stopped talking and he went to see that other girl, I feel like the physical aspect of the relationship missing is huge and it's very important. I understand that you feel like you don't have a choice because you're in your home all the time. You probably have some type of um like you probably don't like going outside like that. If I'm wrong, again, let me know. I don't like going outside, so I'm gonna assume that you don't either because outside is fucking annoying and overrated, and people are weird and mean. uh, but okay, jokes aside, yeah. I understand that you may not like going outside, and that's why like having a long distance relationship might feel easier. But you may be hurting yourself more in that lens because that physical touch is you need that. You need that. Why? Example one, you're very anxious, okay? So having someone being able to physically touch, like I'm not saying like sex. I'm just talking about like a hug, holding hands, looking at each other in the eyes. The fact that he's available to you, your boyfriend. I mean, your FP, your favorite person. That they're available. Like, hey, I'm not feeling well. Can you come by to my house? Or hey, like, can you help me doing this? Or can you like this helps you a lot. This helps you a lot with getting over your anxiety. I'm saying this because I think I was pretty anxious guy also when I started my relationship with my fiance right now, and she was available for me. I was available for her as well, physically, mentally, and I think that uh built like I have this thing. So for example, like my girlfriend's outside and she's doing her thing, right? And people are like, "Oh, but bro, like how do you know she's not cheating on you and shit?" And it's like generally speaking, I don't, but my body and my brain aren't giving me any signals that this may be happening. And I don't think it's because of, bro, you're so mature. Oh my god, you're so smart and intelligent, and that's why you don't think your girl's cheating. I think it's because our attachment was built so that my body doesn't feel that way. It's not something that I can just like control out of my mind. Like if this comes into my brain and it's like, oh, bro, I think she's cheating. There's probably because there's another underlying problem in the relationship. We're not seeing each other enough. We don't talk to each other anymore. Maybe there's a situation in which I'm not involved as much in her life. So now, like, there's a trust that's being broken, kind of. So your feelings of wanting to speak to your boyfriend all the time are valid. You should not diminish them, and you should communicate that. Like, if you think it's a torture to speak to him less, tell him, "Hey, I would like to speak to you more." Um, Time for the extreme advice. Where does he live? You're 18, 19. If you didn't start uni yet, find a job next to his area and move there, bro. This is the fucking big jump advice, right? You gotta want to take the big steps, and if you do want to do that, it's definitely the right thing to do. You guys being closer together is going to be 100% more beneficial to you. I don't think that he hurt you in a way that's unfixable because you obviously you at him, you went distant, so he also went distant, which is what happens with a lot of people. And I think that you guys can reconciliate that and talk about it and rebuild trust. But you need to have him physically, or it's really important. It's like 70% of the thing, and it's really like above our head. I think it the difference between like thinking about it rationally and actually having someone hug you on a daily basis is so huge. You could have all the mature rational things in your head. If your attachment is not fixed by someone being available to you and showing you that your anxiety is fine and that they will be there to soothe your anxiety, and that whenever you're anxious, they'll be like, it's okay. You will be less anxious, bro, because of that, because you won't be ashamed of your own feelings because your favorite person isn't telling you, oh, let's call less, or oh, you're so distant, or oh, you're so anxious. Um, yeah, that is going to be the extent of my advice. I wish I could talk to you more. I don't really know a lot about you, so most of what I'm gonna say is gonna be um it's going to be like assumptions. But the way you want to calm down is to have, I think, a little bit of like, do you have friends? I'm saying this because like I'm not trying to insult you. Like well, my phone just fucking free dove on the goddamn ground. My bad. I'm not trying to insult you or anything when I'm asking you if you have friends, but like, if do you have people that you trust that understand you and that will not judge you when you have an anxious episode next to you? If you do, have them around more. Be with them more. Even if it's on the internet. Talk to them more. Talk to these people more. So you can also start feeling better about yourself. Um, and I think you may calm down. The idea that your feelings are fine would also probably, I hope it does make you calm, that like, hey, this isn't like, you're not crazy. The situation, because you said, oh, so I already know people might diminish the weight of the situation based on the fact that is about an online relationship, but please bear with me. Absolutely no problem with that, by the way. Also, it makes complete sense that you get attached from someone even though you're not there with them physically. I just think it's maybe the wrong type of attachment, but it is still very much there. Like, you can very much love someone from long distance and really get attached from them and actually need them to be there for you. That's absolutely 100% possible. And also, I probably would say normal. I would say that like probably like 80% of people who would have a relationship over someone in the phone would probably fall in love if they do actually like the person. So there's that. And also, if they do diminish your story, fuck them. Fuck them. It's your life, bro. You like, not everybody has to feel the way you feel about shit. You know what I mean? I would advise therapy a little bit more if you can't afford it. Save money so you can. Um, like, this is very important for you uh go forward. So to answer your questions, do you think I can ever calm down and become normal again? My friend, you are already normal. Like, you are already normal. In terms of calming down, yes, yes. It just takes work and a lot of time. And also only 18, so you have so much time to actually become the person you want to become. Is this a sign of something? Yes, it is a sign that your emotional needs aren't being met. And I think it's generally because first, of this girlfriend that he had whilst you guys were having the thing after you didn't talk to him for 3 weeks. That's definitely your emotional needs not being met because he didn't actually try to run after you, understand you, and maybe he did, but you weren't responsive. That's fine. Even if you are part of the reason why your emotional needs aren't being met, it's still something legit and valid that you can have, right? So it's a sign of your emotional needs not being met. If it feels right to talk with him again, why is my body in so much distress? Again, your mind and your attachment style are two complete different things. You could have all the best rationality in the world and be like, he's the best, and he does this so much for me and does that so much for me. You will still feel very anxious in sometimes because of lack lack of physical touch, I think, and also the fact that he wants to call you for less long. It makes you feel like, maybe, and you say it yourself, my feelings are too strong. Maybe I'm too much. Feeling this way is not good. Your feelings don't have to be too strong. You can feel the exact same way about someone and want to talk to them all the time and see them every single day, bro. That does not mean that your feelings are too strong or that you're too needy or that you're too pushy or something. Get that out of your mind. People like that. I like that. My girlfriend, my girlfriend, yeah, I still do that. But it's only been 2 years, guys. Please, please. My fiance, like, she's like that. She's like, hey, Sasha, like, unless I'm working or something, if we're not together, she's like, hey, just send me a text like every 2 hours, just ask me how you are and shit. I'm fine with that. I'm completely okay with that. And actually, Loki, I'm happy she does the exact same thing. And if she ever says to me, or if I ever say to her, oh, that's so annoying, that's so needy of you to want that, we're gonna have to find a fucking solution because you can't be having that. So again, it makes sense that you feel good talking to him, but after you stop, you're gonna find that distress because you're always gonna ask yourself, does he really like me? Does he really like talking to me? If he really liked talking to me, wouldn't he want to stay on the phone longer? So it makes sense that your body in so much distress because you're trying to hold on to him as much as possible, and you fear that he's gonna leave again, or that you may not like the closeness that you guys have, and that you get distance again, and that he might not like it and find someone else again. Do you have any tips to how to calm down? I think having people around you that don't judge you, that's really good. Go on a holiday for like 2 days, see him, maybe see him, hug him, cuddle a little bit. You'll find that this will soothe your pain, and it's okay. If it feels weird to be physically close to him. That's what it's supposed to be. When you're not used to be physically close to someone, it feels weird at first. It is what it is. Um, Keep in mind we've only been reconnected for 5 days. So yeah, that's basically what I would have to say. We've been here for 26 minutes. God damn. Much longer than most of my content. But I hope these advice helped. Please let me know if you let me know if I was wrong on anything. Let me know if you want to add anything. You can contact me on Reddit right there. I'll leave a comment. And you can contact me on YouTube directly. I have the Discord linked on the YouTube as well. If you want to join the Discord and actually have like a live conversation, I would love to do that. Contact me on Discord. Just send me a message. It's not a lot of people, anyways, so I have time for, I guess, pretty much all of you that I'm looking at right now. So yeah, thank you for sharing your story. And I hope everything goes well. And for everybody that's watching, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, guys, for more. You already know. And I'll see you in the next one. Outfox out.